In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a simple email validation in JavaScript. So I've started off here with a basic template and imported Bootstrap just to make the form look a little bit nicer. First thing we want to do is create the form. And inside the form, we're actually just going to have a label. It's going to be for the email, with a class of control label. And this will be email. Next, we're going to create the inputs. Input type is going to be email for this. Give it a class of form control, then ID. Also going to bind an onKey up event to this, and that's going to run a JavaScript bit of code we're going to write in a minute called validate. Also in here we're going to create a placeholder, and that's just going to be email address. Once we save and refresh the front end, you can see that we've now got a form inside our HTML. We're also going to include at the bottom of the form a div, and that's going to be for a message. Refresh the front end, that will not show because there's no content in there at the moment. So underneath the form, we're going to open up the script tag, and you'll close that straight up. We want to create a function to validate the email address. As you can see, we've created a function to validate the email. This has a few variables inside of it and an if statement. So let's run through the variables. The email variable is a document get element by ID, and that's going to look for this input field where we've got the ID of email. Then that's going to get the value on the key up. We've also got this regular expression here, and this is looking for anything that's not got a space in, plus the @ symbol, and it's looking for anything that hasn't got a space in again, then a dot, and then anything that hasn't got a space again. We could use a@a.com. Then if the regular expression matches the email field here, what we're going to do is we're going to print out a valid email message inside the message area, or if it's invalid, we're going to print out an invalid email address. So if we save this file and then go back to the front end and refresh, we can see we've got the email address here. If we start typing, we can see that the address is valid. As we start typing, we can see that the address is invalid. If you found this video useful, check out this video on screen now to learn more about JavaScript.